everybody, and welcome to tonight's show, The Profitable Copywriter. I'm here with Sandra, and I can't wait to find out what she's going to share with us. Sandra's a fellow copywriter who has really been successful with creating templates to free up her own time. Do you want to tell me something about yourself and why you're so passionate about copywriting, Sandra?
Yeah, for sure, Helen. Thanks so much for having me on the show. I have been in online business for over 5 years. Started out doing, web design, blog post writing, newsletters, marketing strategy, all sorts of stuff. And a little bit over a year ago, I was just done. I wasn't having fun anymore. I wasn't enjoying the clients I was working for. I needed a change. And there was this small whisper inside. It's like, I just want to write more. And I decided to follow that and looked at, here is what I really enjoy and what I'm good at that other people might not enjoy. And for me, that's writing sales pages and writing sales emails. And I knew all of these online business owners that all create things and launch things. So it was just a very natural fit. And honestly, like what happens next, the growth story of Damn Copy, like I did not see that coming, right? It is one of these stories where it is an overnight success is what it looks like to other people, but you don't see that it's an overnight success with 4 years of prep work, really. Yes.
Yeah. So okay, tell me in one sentence then why creating templates is such a great new income stream for other copywriters if they wanted to do that.
All right, this is a really hard one and we'll dig into why, but if I had to put it in one sentence, I would say it is a scalable income stream that has so many other surprise benefits that it's almost not even about the money.
So okay, that's fantastic. So, okay, you're saying it's not just about the money. So, okay, can you tell me about the impacts of setting up that template shop?
Yeah, for sure.
Other impacts as well.
Yeah, so I will tell you about the money because I actually, I recently did the math and I'm pretty on top of my numbers. So I pre-sold my first templates last year in October. So that's 9 months ago. And ever since, on average, the template shop has brought in over $1,700 every single month. And that fluctuates wildly, right? Some months it's like 3,000, 4,000. Other months it's like 300. It kind of fluctuates.
It's crazy though. Even 300 is massively more for doing nothing, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the product exists, the site exists, it sits there, and it's if you go and check out my site and my socials, see, I don't really blog, I don't really do social. There's not really an evergreen marketing strategy in place yet. So this is just from me showing up in the world and doing the things I would do anyway. Yeah. So that's just the financial part, which in a sense, $1,700 a month is a life-changing amount of money, right? Let's be very real.
Yeah. Let's be real about that. That is particularly if you're in the first few months of your business and you're confident with, say, one type of copywriting, and you could make these templates. Mm-hmm. Tell me more then about the impacts.
Yeah. So for me, the biggest, and I didn't necessarily see this coming, but the biggest thing is that it has given me several products to submit to either digital product bundles, or when I speak on a summit, I add them as a free downloadable gift and they go in the all access pass. And the way that you often see people will have a course or they'll have 2 courses. And then it's they will give you one of the courses for free, but then they kind of cannibalize their other offers because there's not really anything else to buy. With a template shop, I see people get a template from me and then get a template from the next thing. And then they're these are great. And they'll proceed to buy 3 or 4 of them when I'm running a sale, or just generally in the shop, they'll come in and they buy what else they need.
So you'll put them together and do different versions of things for different times of that's amazing.
Yeah, it's honestly, and add to that all of those people that come through that, right, they're now on my email list, right? So it's not just they come into the template shop. It's they've seen my work. They see how I structure things and how I write copy. They proceed to book my services. They come and they buy my course. They share my work. They sign up as an affiliate for my template shop, right? It's really this snowball effect of, you give away one of your products for free, but there's 10 others they can buy, or they'll buy a course, or they'll book your service, or they'll share their affiliate link, right? There's this massive potential.
There's this huge other all these opportunities
Yes.
that go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's amazing. And you're building your like and trust factor at the same time with people.
Yeah, for sure. Because they can literally see like this is what my paid products are. They get my newsletters or they just sit on my email, right? They're in my world. And that is for me, my biggest goal is like if I get more people in my world, I know I'll make more sales and I'll make more money.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. And you were saying like previous conversations that, like you've been doing different things, right? And you've checked your phone afterwards and it's like, okay.
Yeah. So for the template shop, like I will see the biggest amount of sales when I do pre-orders. So I do a discounted pre-order before launching something new, or there's like a flash sale or a discount code for everything in the shop, right? And occasionally I'm like, oh, this is a good reason to let's have some fun and do a little, right? You don't have to wait for Black Friday. But yeah, I've actually had it like 2 weeks ago, like twice in 1 week. I was in Pilates class and I came out and I made like a $200+ sale. And I was like, my legs were shaking. I was tired. I was sweating. I was like, I made $200, right? Like, this is the best. Like I'm sweating my ass off in the gym and I'm making money. This is great.
that is so awesome. I love that. So like, have you ever redirected clients that don't have a budget to these? Does that work as well?
Yes, for sure. So there's kind of three parts for this, right? First of all, it's a budget thing or a scheduling thing. Like if they need copy for something now, sometimes I have a referral, so I refer out to other copywriters. But sometimes it's also like, look, there's just no way it's going to fit in my schedule. Why don't you just grab the template? And, I get feedback that a lot of people manage to write a sales page in like an hour and 15 minutes using one of the sales page templates. So that's a really good option for them.
Because time is a major thing for them, isn't it?
For everyone, right? It's like saving that time and using it to actually sell your thing or build out the sales page and move on. And I think a big thing for me is like, there's no reason to stay stuck all the time trying to write copy. So that's the budget or the timing thing.
I love.
Then there's also, there's two things. There's the fact that not everything is something I want to write. Like I have no desire to write you an about page, but I will create something to help you do it yourself, right? Like there's not enough money in the world you could pay me to write your Instagram captions. Like unless you came to my house with like $100,000 in cash and were like, Sandra, write me some Instagram captions, I'd be like, nope. But one of my friends was like, she wants to jump on that whole static Instagram 9 or 12 posts only trend. But she wants to do it for a launch. And she goes, hey, can you write 12 Instagram captions for a feed for a launch? Just like, that sounds great. And I wrote it on the weekend and we put it in the shop on Monday, right? And now everyone can kind of use that. So that's like the benefit of here's a way to pay me for something that I've done once and I don't want to do again or want to do customized, but I can still help you, right? Because it's also about helping.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
It goes back to that whole thing, doesn't it? Like I don't particularly like doing this, but it's already there. Here you go.
Yes. And it's this thing of, I like that people have the idea that if they have a problem with copywriting, they come to me, right? That's very much like an authority position that you want to be in. And then thirdly, it's also this thing of like, it's a way to price anchor your other offers, right? So it's like, if my sales page template is $200, it doesn't make sense if my done for you service is $500, right? That's so it's also a way to say like, hey, if this is the price for the template and this is the price for done for you, then my course I'm writing sales pages that comes with templates kind of sits in the middle of that, right? Or like on the lower, but it's a way to kind of ladder out and stack the offers.
I love that, especially for new copywriters who might not have thought of that yet.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much for that. That's inspiration.
There you go.
Really, I'm loving this conversation already. Okay, so this brings me to my next one. The next question: do you have to have been running your business for a long time to make templates?
No, I mean, you can literally start a business selling templates without doing something else, right? So that is the short answer.
So even like very early on copywriters can do that, right?
Yes.
In your opinion?
I will say that, some of the way that I've seen growth is because I have the connections and the insight, and, a part of it is building up testimonials and the clout and the reputation, because that helps you get into bundles and stuff. So the thing for digital products is that audience size matters. And I come to a place where I know that like having 500 people more on my email list is going to make a huge difference, right? So it's also this thing, like, if you just started out, do not think that you will magically get the exact same result I did. So that's one thing that, like, yes, audience size, reach, reputation matters. And I think that the thing for that is also that you can start out being an unknown, but also you have to make sure you do really good work. And I feel like I've always put that first, where it's like, yeah, I don't want to name names, but if you're a big industry person, you can put out something shitty with your affiliates, send it out to 50,000 people and people will buy it, right? If you're brand new and you sell something shitty, no one will want to be your affiliate. No one's going to like tell their friends about it, right? So there's a quality thing. And there's the other thing that if you're newer in business, there is significance tech involved, right? There are systems and tech and things to set up. And you can outsource all of that, but that depends on the budget. Personally, I outsource a lot of it, but I like knowing how to do it, because if I have a new idea, I want to do it now. But there is like a significant sort of upfront setup, and it gets easier. Like the first one is hard, and the 10th one is like brushing your teeth, right? It gets easier.
It kind of is learning as going along. It's almost as if, like, I don't know what you think about this, but I felt more confident setting up, and I've not made many templates yet, but this is one of my focuses, which is really great that I'm speaking to you about this, because I'm really getting some inspiration. Well, like, I've made one or two templates, but I know that, like, I'm like 2 years into knowing, kind of practicing this copywriting. And it's something that I have practiced writing quite a lot. So I know that when I produce it, it's going to be quality. So I'm thinking, like, maybe it's more suitable for copywriters that are just a little bit further down the line, so they're not just got their heads totally in learning.
Yes. And I think a big thing, and this is, again, like, I'm trying to paint a very real picture of it can be a magical thing, but it's not a one-off solution. And I think a big thing is that if you cannot sell your services now, right, and assuming that you do good work, so you have either a marketing problem or a lead generation problem, or you have some kind of sales issue, a template shop will not magically fix that, because it also needs selling, right? So it's also this thing of like, if you're in a place where you're not sure how you're going to pay the bills next month, focus on selling your services, because the sort of immediate money and the value, like, it's much higher, right? Do not worry about creating a $25 template and selling that, because you'll need to sell so many to make it worth it. That I feel like if you're in a place where you struggle to sell, or you're struggling financially, or you're at the very beginning, it's like, no, hone your craft, learn how to sell, learn how to get clients, build out that part first.
It is almost like, because at that point anyway, you'll have built more of an audience, won't you?
Yes.
So you will have more people seeing things, and that effort you're making is going to be way more valuable.
And it's this thing where if you have a few clients that really love your work, that's who you reach out to help promote the templates the first time, right? Or that's kind of where you start, or you ask to be an affiliate. So there's to me, it's, unless you start out in a template shop as your main business model, but again, then it becomes a numbers game, right? Do the numbers add up to a place where it makes financial sense?
So like so just to summarize, copywriters though, I've already got a couple of years maybe under their belt, something like that. I've got quite a few, I've had quite a few clients, and are wanting to create like another stream of income.
For me, it was also a thing of like, I didn't know where to leave the clients anymore. I was like, I cannot serve this many clients. Like, I will write you a template and you can buy that instead, right? Please buy this. Leave me alone.
I can't split myself in so many pieces. That's really good to know, because I think some people, they might see these podcasts and think, yeah, I'm going to go out and do that, but just like kind of hold your horses a little bit. It needs to come with a strategy.
Yeah, or at least like be realistic about the outcome or what's reasonable for you. Because it's like, well, if the only 5 followers on your Instagram are your friends, and you've got, no clients with visibility or a similar target audience, or you've got no way to get this product in front of people, I mean, you can throw money at it and go through like Pinterest ads, Facebook ads, there's always options. But it's not like a magic bullet solution. So I would say like, this is a layer on top of having your basics covered.
You've got your services nailed. You've got your all that.
You're bringing in clients. You can pay your bills. You're kind of, you're in a place where it's like, oh, I'm comfortable, and now I'm ready to like grow this, right?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm almost like too busy where I need to give solutions.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So in terms of the templates themselves, how do you suggest that copywriters start out? Is there anything that you use to help you create them?
Mine are like the easiest ever. They're just Google Docs.
Cool.
It's a Google Doc. That's what it is.
Yeah. So like you just create that and then give them the link and share that.
And you make very sure you give a view only link. Otherwise you're going to get in trouble. But yes. You have to, sometimes you'll get customer service emails. They're like, I can't access this. I'm like, no, that's because you have to make a copy. Of course you can't edit the original, right?
Well, you're copying it. Oh, fantastic. That's awesome. So it just really shows that you keep it simple, you can be successful.
For sure.
Okay, let's move on to our next question. I'm so excited about this. You have a new course coming out to help us be successful with this if we're at the right point in our careers as copywriters. So tell me about it. What new things will students learn from you that work so successfully?
I mean, honestly, I don't know where to start. Yes. So I love that you asked me to talk about this, because I do have a program coming out called Sold Out Template Shop.
Awesome.
And honestly, so I've created a program for service providers before this. I bring in an instructional designer who's amazing at turning my thoughts into actual lesson plans and exercises and work. So that, I've had people from my last course go like, this is the first course I actually finished. It's like, yeah, because I brought in a professional to turn it into a teaching experience with milestones and activities and, make sure that everything works so that you keep moving. And then the other thing that we've done, and like, this is not even about the program, I'm just too excited, is that there's a physical workbook. So I've had a person design it. I'm going to upload it to Amazon so you can order like a physical copy, which is part of the exercises. But there's also little like template planner sheets in there and like to keep ideas and notes. So it's like, it's going to be really cool.
That when you've got
it's going to be I wish I had, so I have a copy, but I don't have it here with me of not of this one but of the other one, but it's just so cool. So the program itself, the way it's kind of structured is that we go through like kind of what we've talked about, but more in depth on why a template shop, sort of the benefits, like what it can do for you. There's a whole section on brainstorming ideas. How do you evaluate an idea? How do you get more product ideas, right? Because it's also this thing of how do you create more than one product? Because it's nice that customers, you want to up the average order value or you want to up the lifetime value of a customer, right? So we go into that so that when you start out, I'm not suggesting you make 20 templates, but you do have a plan for the future of like what else you could create. Then we go,
like structured going forwards as well.
Yeah, I mean, I want to make sure that you're like set up for the future. We've got a thing on like how do you choose tech. We're doing a marketing part. And then there's a module that I'm working on, but that's a little bit more experimental because I don't I'm experimenting with evergreen marketing, but I'm not a consistent person. So like we're doing like all the ways that you can promote this thing. How do you make the most of being in a bundle? How do you do this one in a summit? So all of that is there. Then I've got 2 really cool bonuses from friends that I've like already confirmed. So one is going to be like a Shopify setup instruction. So it's a tech thing, which is like, I don't know about because I don't use. The other thing is that I'm on Thrivecart, and I've convinced the best Thrivecart template shop out there right now to actually create 2 custom, like a sales page and a checkout template for Thrivecart that you can just import directly. So that's kind of the curriculum. And then if you join at the right time, we're doing it's a group experience. It's a live round. So there's probably, I haven't 100% confirmed exactly what's going to be included, but we're doing group coaching calls. There's days of Voxer where people can Voxer me and ask questions, which is something I do for most of my like course or group pro. And it's great because it gives you that one-on-one back and forth. So that's coming.
Yeah, personalized.
Yeah. So, and then I will have to confirm the date for you when this officially launches. I'm just going to say it. So for the first round, when it's like the live group experience, the program's dripping out, you're all coming on to coaching, you're in a group, I'm actually hosting a digital product bundle in October. Everyone that is in the program and creates a quality template automatically gets to be in the bundle, which can mean a couple hundred, it depends on the bundle, but I've had anywhere from 100 to 700 plus new subscribers from one bundle. Yeah.
That's crazy. So then it will be exposed to a massive
Yes, we're also, and that's why I said we do a quality check. So you can't put 2 Canva graphics and call it a template bundle and put it in, we're not doing it like that. We are quality checking. But yeah, you're going to get in the bundle. I'm going to send it out to my email list. There's probably going to be a couple of affiliates that I'll ask to come and join the promotion too, to just immediately get eyeballs, testimonials, all of that. Yeah.
That's amazing. That on its own.
I know. That is, and it's such a, it's the thing of, I want to reward you for taking action. And I've noticed that sometimes you need to bribe people a little bit to do the things that work, right?
Yeah. I'm so like that. I need bribing.
Exactly. Well, this is the bribe, right? If you finish in time and you deliver a quality template, I'm gonna send it out to over 2,000 people, right? And that's just me.
Yeah, and that's not the other side of things. That's so cool. Yeah. Okay, right. So move on to the next question then, because this is a massive thing and I get questions about this all the time. I get stressed when it comes to learning new tech. So this has been a thing that has been mentioned a lot. Creating templates means that we're going to have to use new tech, right?
Probably. Depends on what you have already, right?
That's true. So how can you help with that so your students don't get stuck?
Yeah, so that's why I've asked my Shopify friend to submit a bonus on Shopify tech setup. The issue for tech is that I kind of talk through different levels of tech stacks of the type of software you'll need. I'm a really big fan of working with the thing you have. So if, for example, you have your website on Squarespace, there's built-in e-commerce. For me, it's impossible because my company is European, so I have to deal with value-added tax. So I use Thrivecart because that's what I already had and knew how to set up. But if you have Squarespace, I'm start on what you already have, right? Do not go and try and code a custom shop. You can literally, not for a bundle, but otherwise it can literally be here's a PayPal link and I'll email it to you, right? Which isn't how I recommend doing it, but theoretically that's completely possible. So I do. I'm, I mean, we've talked about it. I do $1,700 on average a month, and mine is still on Thrivecart, even though at some point it makes sense to go to Shopify and make it hey, grab this bundle. Hey, add this to cart and add that to cart and add that to cart and buy all these things at once and get 20% off if you buy 3 products, right? But it's also this thing of the simple version you can do right now will also work.
Fantastic.
Right.
So, and you've got tech experts that are there to help with the questions as they come up. With
Yeah, so we'll do that in the Facebook group. And then the thing for tech is also like, this might sound a little bit mean, but it's like, you run an online business. You are a capable human being. Go to Google and figure it out, right? Go to the support documents, figure it. I've emailed Thrivecart probably like 50 times in the last 3 years when something didn't work as it should, or I was like, I read the support article, I did the things, it's still not working. Help, right?
Yeah,
so it's also this thing of like, you're a capable human being. You can figure it out, right? I'm not asking you to code something from scratch here. I'm just asking you to plug in some numbers and some graphics into a system that millions of other people can also comfortably use, right?
I like that approach because I think as well you get more creative if you do push yourself over time.
And I've noticed is that sometimes, and I'm just going to be upfront, I don't want to encourage that in anyone, is like people join a program and then the first one is like, oh, this looks like it's not working. I'm just going to ask. And then it delays you for 2 days. And like, you could have Googled it, fixed it in 10 minutes and moved on, right? Like it's very often an excuse to not move because it's not the tech that's scary, right? It's selling and launching the thing and not being sure if there's going to be sales.
It's almost confidence.
It's this thing of like, what if it makes sales? Oh my God, then people will see it. And it's like, what if it doesn't make sales and no one will see it? Right? It's not really about the tech most of the time.
It's about confidence.
Yeah, it's like tech often to me, for a lot of people use tech as an excuse as to why they don't have to move forward. And I don't stand for that.
Like you're going to be like, you're going to do this.
I'm just the things you're going to Google that thing, or you're going to pay someone to help you do it. Here's the best tech VA. Like, here's my person. And you're going to move on and submit, right? Because it's also this thing of like, if you need to, you can figure almost anything out.
I totally agree, honestly. I've done most of my stuff Googling for tech. Okay, so like, how much time do you think that students need to build another source of income creating templates? Like say per week in your program, what have you said that is a kind of a normal amount of time that you would say to do that?
I think it very much depends on you. So we give like, hey, spend 5 minutes on this, spend 10 minutes doing that, spend an hour, so if you spend a few hours a week, you will get the program done. Like my lessons are very short, like personally, longer is not better. Because it's this, if I can tell you the thing in 5 minutes, I'm not going to sit there for 60 minutes and waste all of our time, right? It's like, here's the thing, here's what you need to do, go and do it, create this thing, make money. So I try to keep lessons short, right? There are exercises for almost everything, or either journal prompts or things to, you might have to make adjustments. So after that, it's very much up to you and an individual thing, right? So if you already know the tech and for example, you already have a Shopify store or you have Thrivecart and you know how it works, then it's like you create a template, you set up the tech that you know how to set up. It's very easy. If you don't have anything of that yet, you will need to spend time to like learn and figure it out. And it might take you a couple days, right? Or a day here and a day there, or a half day, it's this thing where for me, the first time I set one up, it probably took me a whole day, right? And now it's like, well, now my VA does it and we have a standard operating procedure for it. All I have to do is create a template, right? But
that's an awesome idea as well, isn't it? Like as quick as you can get in that standard operating procedure so you can outsource that.
And you know what, like, so my VA is amazing. She's not a VA. She's much higher level. Like I didn't write the standard operating procedure. She did. I wouldn't even know where to find it, right? Like she created the SOP. So last week I was like, hey, I'm thinking of writing this, but I've been sick and I'm tired. Can you handle everything? And I will just, all I had to do was write the template, plug in the link, put the product live. Right. So it's
worth thinking about.
Yeah. And if you get someone who's quick and decent and like that's also like I have the audience to know that I'll probably make a couple sales. So the ROI is always there.
So because your hourly rate, well, in your head, I mean, you're not going to publicize that to anybody, but your hourly rate is going to be way higher than a VA's, right? So you're saving money.
And otherwise it's like It's not just about saving money, but it's also about like, what do I want to do with my time? And it's this thing where if I want to do it last minute, or if she doesn't have the time, or because I'm very last, I'll have an idea and I want to do it now. Then I'll do it myself, right? And that's why I'm a big fan of learning the tech and knowing how to do it, so that if something goes wrong, or if you like to move very fast, you can do it. But yeah, I'm also mindful of the fact that this is the kind of money I make, this is the kind of money I charge. For that kind of hourly rate, I cannot be sitting here trying to figure this out. This is dumb. So unless I enjoy it, or unless I have nothing else to do, or I don't want to go anywhere, I will do it. But like, you have to, at some point you have to admit, it's like, well, if I'm in charge here, then my job is to grow this company. My job is not to set up my 100th Thrive card checkout page, right?
It's so, like, I can see this course really helping copywriters not only set that up, but that long-term vision as well. It sounds awesome, Sandra.
Thank you.
So finally, what for you is your vision for students, for any students who create these templates with you?
And for me, so like a really big focus in the program, there's a couple milestones, and it's like, get your first template up and running, get a few more up and running, get some kind of promotional strategy in place. And then kind of on my personal level, it's like, spot the opportunities and take them, right? And that is very much around when you have a marketing or a sales problem. It's very often that you think it's really hard and there's no opportunities out there. And to me, it's like, no, there's plenty of opportunity everywhere. You kind of have to see it and take it. So if you're like, I have a great idea for a template. My friend messaged me this template idea. I'd been sick. I was tired. I had work to catch up on. I really didn't want to do it. But I also knew that, hey, Instagram captions, static grid, I've been seeing everyone talking about this. But what if you do product launches, right? My friend is right. This is a really good idea. And I can be first. Right? I can be on a cutting edge. I can make this thing. We're planning a sale next week anyway. I need to create it now. So it's also a thing of, yeah, I want you to set this up and I want this to create like an awesome ripple and snowball effect for you. But it's also this mindset of like, hey, I can do things that I wasn't sure I could do. There's opportunities for me everywhere and I'm going to take them.
That is such, you know what, and particularly with the structure of your course where, you know, you have students that are completing these and being successful. I mean, that's what it's
that was so important to me. Like, I've kind of resisted doing courses and group programs because I feel like most of them are just not that good. And that's, you know, why I don't work in a way where I write down like, oh, I think it should be this. No, I get an instructional designer in there. We pull it out. We turn it into milestones. Where like, she's like, okay, so what's the lessons in here? What else do they need to know, right? What kind of, there's little exercises for literally everything just to make sure that, and she creates the slides and how she structures things. It's like based on actual learning theory instead of me sitting here talking at you for 3 hours. It's like, no, 6 minutes, this is what you learned. This is the information. Here's the recap. Here's the exercise. Boom, next. And it's all about like getting you to that finish line, getting you to that milestone, getting you to that win. And that has been like, yeah, if you ever create a course, like I can recommend like bring in an instructional designer, bring in a professional.
That's awesome. So like for the real expert copywriters in here now.
If you're doing a course, message me and I can give you the name of my instructional designer. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks ever so much for all your inspiration today, Sandra. It's been absolutely fascinating speaking to you. Honestly, guys, I think it's really worth your while just maybe re-listening to this podcast and just noting down the key things, because even if you're at the beginning and it inspires you to think about long-term, brilliant. But if you're already there and you're thinking, how can I scale more and then have more of my own time? I'm going to be successful. Then you should look up this course. The link is going to be in the show notes or in the blog post, so get across to Sandra's course. And thanks ever so much, Sandra, for being here
Thank
today.
You so much. This was so much fun.
And I can't wait to speak to you again soon.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you ever so much.